Welcome to Hornbill TV. This is Yanka Kekrizanyasolo. You're now watching Northeast Express. All campaigning has been stopped last evening ahead of Lok Sabha elections in Nagaland, and now voters in the state will go to exercise their franchise tomorrow to elect the person who will represent the people of the state at the centre. 3 candidates, including UDA's consensus candidate Dr. Chumben Muri, Congress backed by RPP candidate S. Supong Meron, and independent candidate Haitang Tungoy Lota, are in the fray vying for the Lok Sabha seat. There are 13,17,536 eligible voters, where 6,56,729 are male and 60,807 female. The ENPO has, however, resolved not to participate in the electoral process due to the FNT issue. Meanwhile, 14,052 polling personnel are ready for duty at 2,342 polling stations across the state. The United Kuki National Army (UKNA) has claimed responsibility for the attack on the oil and gas tankers on the NH37 connecting Imphal to Silchar on Tuesday. In a statement, the Defence Secretary of the UKNA owned responsibility for gun attacks on the vehicle plying on the NH37 and stated that it was launched as the first offensive operation against the supply of essential commodities and other weaponry in aid of the Meitei community. The UKNA felt sorry for injuring a driver during the operation, and further, it is warned that no Imphal-bound goods vehicle transportation should ply on the NH37 with immediate effect. The offensive operation has been initiated by the outfit given the acute humanitarian crisis caused by the state government in the past 11 months and to check the illegal transportation of lethal bombs and other weaponry to attack the Kuki people. It further states that the operation is a continuing process and any transporters neglecting these orders should be treated as the enemy of the Kukis, and he or she will face the consequences of disobedience for which he or she shall be responsible. Notably, a convoy of goods carriers including fuel tankers escorted by the security personnel was moving toward Imphal when Kuki militants attacked them with a volley of fire at around 10:30 a.m. in between Tolan Kuki village and Kaimai village under Tusam subdivision, Tamenglong district. 1 driver sustained bullet injuries and 4 trucks caused damages. Lok Sabha elections for 2024, which is going to be held tomorrow, the Deputy Commissioner Sonitpur Debakumar Mishra, while speaking to the media person, said that in Sonitpur district there are 5 LAC. In this LAC, a total of 1,100 polling and presiding officers comprising came to know today itself where they have to go. Hence, team formation is done, so within 2 to 3 hours they can commence their work.
सोनीतपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अभी पांच एलएसी है। इस एलएसी में टोटल हमारा पोलिंग पर्सनल, पोलिंग और प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर मिला के 1100 और उसमें फिर 25% रिजर्व आएगा, फिर पुलिस पर्सनल आएगा। कुल मिला के आप मान लीजिए कि यहाँ अराउंड 10,000 लोगों का अभी समागम हुआ है और अभी पोलिंग पर्सनल ने आए हैं। फिर ये मटेरियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, डिकोडिंग सेंटर, क्योंकि इनको आज ही पता चला है कि कहाँ जाना है, पहले तो ये पता नहीं चलता है, तो इसलिए आज आके पहले कहाँ जाना है, फिर टीम फॉर्मेशन हो गया है, तो टीम को मिला के एक साथ वो लोग अभी ये मटेरियल रिसीव करेगा और फिर ट्रांसपोर्ट चलने गाड़ी का जुगाड़ भी, गाड़ी का अरेंजमेंट एवरीथिंग किया गया है। तो हमारे हिसाब से 2-3 घंटे के अंदर वो लोग अपना डेस्टिनेशन पे स्टार्ट कर सकें।
10,000 enter Sonitpur Lok Sabha में?
No, एक्चुअली यहाँ सोनितपुर लोकसभा में तो और काफी ज्यादा है, क्योंकि टोटल सोनितपुर लोकसभा में हमारा विश्वनाथ भी है, गौपुर भी है और देवपुरिया LAC है लखीमपुर का। वो मिला के आपका पोलिंग स्टेशन ही हो गया 1838। वो बहुत ज्यादा है। तो ये मैं अभी जो बोल रहा हूँ एज पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट इलेक्शन ऑफिसर, क्योंकि डिस्ट्रिक्ट इलेक्शन ऑफिसर है के हिसाब से 5 LAC का मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ। 5 LAC का हमारा पोलिंग स्टेशन है 1100, उसमें से अगर आप रिजर्व मिलाएंगे तो 1600 हो जाता है। रिजर्व 1600 और फिर पुलिस पर्सनल है, सब मिला के कुल मिला के अराउंड 10,000 यहाँ ही होता है दरों।
JP Nadda, the national BJP president, attended a campaigning rally in Kokrajhar, BTR, Assam on Thursday at Greenfield in support of NDA candidate Jayant Basumatary for the upcoming Lok Sabha election 2024. JP Nadda addressed over 50,000 supporters of NDA allies UPPL, BJP and AGP. The meeting was attended by BTR Chief Pramod Boro, Ministers Ranjit Das, Ashok Singhal, Minister Chandramon Padwari and Senior AGP leader Raman Kalita. After his rally in Kokrajhar, Nadda is scheduled to continue his campaign efforts with another rally in Rauta to extend his support for the Darang Udalguru Lok Sabha seat.
BTR অঞ্চলত আমি UPPL BJP শান্তি সম্প্ৰীতি উন্নয়নৰ কাৰণে কাম কৰি আছে। আমাৰ তিনিটা মূল উদ্দেশ্য আজি আমি সফল হৈছোঁ। এই কাৰণে ৰাইজৰ এটা খুট বহিছে, আপোনালোকে দেখিবলৈ পাইছে। কোকৰাঝাৰত আমি ৰঙালী বিহু উদযাপন কৰি আছোঁ, বিশ্বৱা উদযাপন কৰি আছোঁ, ৰংজালী বৈশাগু উদযাপন কৰি আছোঁ। আৰু এনেকুৱা সময়ত আমাৰ নেশ্যনেল প্ৰেছিডেণ্ট BJPৰ নেশ্যনেল প্ৰেছিডেণ্ট ভাৰতৰ এজন শক্তিশালী নেতা নাড্ডাজী কোকৰাঝাৰত যিটো আগমন সেইটো আমাক বহুত উৎসাহিত কৰিছে। এইটো আমাৰ অকল দলীয় কাৰ্যকৰ্তাকে উৎসাহিত কৰিব এইটো নহয়, BTR অঞ্চলৰ সকলো ৰাইজক উৎসাহিত কৰিব। আৰু সকলোৱে আমি যদি দুৱাকালিলৈকে কোনোবা ভাবি আছিলে যে আমাৰ 2 লাখ ব্যৱধানত জিকিম, নাড্ডাজী অহাৰ পিছত আমাৰ নিশ্চিত হৈ যাব যে 3 লাখ ভোটৰ ব্যৱধানত আমি জিকিবলৈ গৈ আছোঁ।
Poll preparations are underway at the DC office in Lampel Part, Imphal West ahead of the first phase of Lok Sabha elections to be held on Friday, April 19th. District Election Officer T.H. Kiran Kumar, while speaking on the preparations, said that one day ahead of the polls, we are dispersing the polling personnel and the security of the respective polling stations. The EVMs have already been opened, and so after this, the material and all these machines will be kept in the proper places of the respective arrows. We have a sufficient number of CAPF locations in vulnerable areas, and in addition to that, we are putting all CCTV cameras and videography in the entire 538 polling stations.
Designation, please. I am T.H. Kiran Kumar, DO Imphal West and RO of Inner Manipur Parliamentary Constituency.
So will you kindly detail me about the today's event of just dispersing of the officials as well as the EVMs as well as the security?
The first phase of poll is taking place tomorrow. So it is all P-1, means one day ahead of the poll we are dispatching the polling personnel and the security to the respective polling stations. Now we are getting ready. The EVMs have been already opened, the strong room. So after this, the material and all these machines will be kept in proper places of the respective AROs. We are having rather 9 designated locations here inside the complex, 7 AROs and another 2 for one inner and one outer special polling stations for the internally displaced persons. There will be 538 polling stations of various categories of sensitivity and where security personnel will be kept. Of course, the number of polling personnel are the same, 4 numbers. We are having micro observers, we are having sector of magistrates, they will all be gathered here today. We are having 2 grounds nearby. From there the vehicles have been all stationed and ready. By around 9 they will start moving out from their respective locations. People will be coming here around 9. We expect by around 10 to 10:30 the first team will start moving. And hopefully by 2:30 to 3 we should be in a position to cover up and dispatch the entire team to the respective places. By 5 or 6 I think everybody should be safely in the station.
Is there any sort of sensitive areas
We have various rounds of sensitivity has been checked. We call it vulnerability. It is not based on law and order also, but based on politically sensitive and all those things. So those vulnerable areas, we are having sufficient number of CAPF locations in those areas. In addition to that, we are putting all CCTV cameras, videography in the entire 538 polling stations.
Could you kindly tell me how many numbers of vulnerable areas we have identified so far?
We have got a total of 70 numbers of polling stations, either vulnerable or critical. So of this, lesser number of micro-observers will be sent, sending around 60, because some of them are located in the same school, for example, 2 polling stations. So we are sending 1 micro-observer per polling station location.
Okay. Thank you.
Manipur State Archaeology of the Department of Art and Culture, in collaboration with Manipur University Central Museum, commemorated the World Heritage Day 2024 under the theme Discover and Experience Diversity. On Thursday, the event was held at Manipur University Central Museum situated at Kanchipur. Speaking at the function, M. Joy Singh, Commissioner of Art and Culture, emphasized the significance of World Heritage Day as a global celebration aimed at raising awareness about the remarkable culture and natural sites listed under UNESCO's World Heritage List. Professor N. Lokender pointed out the unique location of Kanchipur, which houses significant sites in Manipur. Referring to the Govindaji temple atop a hill in Kanchipur, he mentioned that the chairman of the Indian Monument Committee had recommended its inclusion in the list of selected monuments for preservation. Additionally, he drew attention to Captain Gordon's burial site near Kanchipur High School, urging the State Archaeology Department to take steps to highlight this historical site. Former MLA of Hiangalam Assembly Constituency, E. Dwijam Singh, joined Congress on Thursday, just days after he was suspended from the primary membership of BJP for 6 years. K. Sarat Kumar, General Secretary of Bharatiya Janata Party, said that the ruling party already knew E. Dwijam has been engaging in anti-party activities and he might join opposition Congress soon. So the party decided to suspend him from the primary membership for 6 years on 15th of this month. 2 days later, on 17th, Dwijam finally joined the opposition party at Congress Bhavan in the presence of 3-time Chief Minister and CLP leader O. Ibobi Singh, PCC President K. Meghachand and other party functionaries. Congress party held a reception function of E. Dwijam Singh and declared it as a moral victory for the party ahead of Lok Sabha elections, which is scheduled to be held on 19th. E. Dwijam Singh, while joining the Congress, said it was a homecoming as he was used to be a congressman before joining BJP. Ahead of the upcoming MP elections in Riboy district, 89 teams of polling personnel set off from Nongpo, the district headquarters, to various remote polling stations. District Election Officer Arpit Upadhyaya assured the public of comprehensive preparations to ensure a peaceful and fair electoral process. Speaking to reporters, Upadhyaya highlighted the meticulous planning to address potential law and order concerns, especially in 31 critical and 4 vulnerable polling stations. Security measures include CRPF personnel, extensive police forces and home guards, emphasizing the commitment to a secure environment. Logistical arrangement including provisions for voters who are unable to visit polling stations, particularly those aged 85 and above. 368 individuals opted for home voting, with 366 successfully casting their votes, while 2 individuals passed away before voting. As the campaigning phase ended, the district entered a period of electoral silence, adhering to the Model Code of Conduct with strict directives to prevent campaign activities for the next 48 hours. Ensuring the integrity of the process, The deployment of polling personnel to remote areas reflects efforts to facilitate democratic participation while upholding transparency and fairness in the electoral process.
Also, the period for campaigning has ended and we are now in the silence mode of last 48 hours of the elections. And so the necessary orders have been passed as per MCC, and we are ensuring that now there will be no campaigning as per the guidelines from the MCC, guidelines of the ECI. So we are all geared to conduct elections, the General Assembly elections on 19th. And as you can see, some of the teams have already departed, teams which were posted in far-flung areas. So 89 teams have been departed so far today, and the remaining teams will be going tomorrow. So as far as preparation is concerned, all the preparations have been made and it is in full swing. With regard to law and order issues, a very detailed security plan has been made, and we are especially focusing on critical and vulnerable polling stations, the sensitive pockets and the border areas. We have around 31 polling stations which are critical, vulnerable polling stations, and 4 are critical polling stations. So for that, adequate arrangements have been made. We have CAPFs and sufficient deployment of police forces and also home guards to ensure that we are able to conduct elections peacefully in a free and fair manner. Along with that, earlier also this time 368 people opted for home voting also. These were the 85 plus age of voters and the PWDs. So out of this, 366 have voted and 2 voters have unfortunately expired during the course of this thing. So this has been the update so far, and we are looking forward for a very successful election.
A moving gas tanker caught fire in the wee hours of Thursday morning near Ramnagar in the outskirts of Silchar city of Assam. Fortunately, the driver and the handyman could escape unhurt. Fire services were immediately called in, who, upon reaching the spot, brought the situation under control. An electrical short circuit is believed to have led to the fire in the gas tanker. Manoj Dhonawar, who is the Aam Aadmi Party's candidate on the last day of campaigning on Wednesday in Dibrugarh town, told media persons that there was some disruption due to rain. But the morale of our workers has increased and they have united for the bike rally, which he said he will hope to yield results. He also said people are supporting Aam Aadmi Party and it has spread everywhere. This time there will be silent voting, he said.
আজি গধূলি 5টালৈকে সময় আছে, তথাপিও আমাৰ কৰ্মকৰ্তাসকলে প্ৰতিটা মুহূৰ্তই কি ধৰণে আমি কেম্পেইনিঙত ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিব পাৰোঁ। যদিও আজি বহুত ডাঙৰ বৰষুণত তিতি মেলি হ'লেও আজি প্ৰায় 400-500 বাইক ইয়াত গোট খাইছে বাইক ৰেলী কৰিবৰ কাৰণে। তেখেতলোকৰ উৎসাহ বৰষুণেও কমাই দিব পৰা নাই। আমি আশাবাদী যে আগন্তুক দিনত এটা ভাল ফলাফল পাবলৈ গৈ আছে। না, প্ৰত্যাহ্বানটো চবতে আছে, সেইটো আমি নাই বুলি নকওঁ। আৰু বিৰোধীক আমি কেতিয়াও দুৰ্বল বুলিতো নাভাবোৱে, তেওঁলোকেও যথেষ্ট কষ্ট কৰি আছে। কিন্তু কেম্পেইনিং আমি যি ধৰণে কৰি আগবাঢ়ি আছোঁ, নতুন নতুন জেগাত সোমাবলৈ পাৰিছোঁ, ৰাইজে আমাক আঁকোৱালি লৈছে, এটা আণ্ডাৰ কাৰেণ্ট চলি আছে। এই আণ্ডাৰ কাৰেণ্টটো হঠাতে আপোনালোকে 19 তাৰিখে গধূলিলৈকে একেবাৰে স্পষ্ট ইংগিতত দেখা পাব। যিহেতু আমাৰ চবৰে বাগিচাখনো চবৰে হ'ব লাগিব। প্ৰভাৱটো চাওক, আম আদমি পাৰ্টিৰ কৰ্মকৰ্তা হিচাপে এজন কেণ্ডিডেট হিচাপেতো মই নিজৰ কথা কমেই। নিশ্চিতভাৱে কেৱল বাগিচা বুলি নহয়, চহৰৰ কথা কওক, গাঁৱৰ কথা কওক, চবতে আম আদমি পাৰ্টি সাংঘাতিক ধৰণে বিয়পি গৈছে। ৰাইজৰ মনে মনে আহি গৈছে। চাইলেণ্ট ভোটিং হ'ব। আপোনালোকে 19 তাৰিখে গধূলিলৈকে তাৰ একদম স্পষ্ট ইংগিত পাব।
Chief Minister of West Bengal and Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee reached Silchar on Wednesday afternoon and addressed a rally in Town Club ground in the heart of Silchar city. Addressing a huge crowd, she said she could speak a little bit of Assamese as well as Nagamis. She said she was in the state for the 4 candidates fielded by the TMC for the Lok Sabha post in Assam. The Trinamool Congress chief said this was just the trailer and the party would contest in all of the 126 assembly seats of Assam in 2026. She further said the party don't support National Registrar of Citizens, which is the NRC, Citizens Amendment Act, CAA, Uniform Civil Code, the UCC, doubtful voters issues and would wipe out all the BJP party has trusted upon the people. She also took part in dancing with the performers on stage before heading back to Kolkata. Mamata was accompanied by the dais by Assam Pradesh TMC President Ripun Bora, MP Rajya Sabha, Sushmita Dev, Cabinet Minister of West Bengal, Arup Biswas, and TMC's Silchar Lok Sabha candidate Radhe Shyam Biswas. Her rally in Silchar Town Club ground was attended by close to 10,000 supporters and well-wishers.
আমি কিন্তু আসামি ভাষা বুঝি, বলতে পারি না ভালো। মই অপন লকর, এটা আমি দেখে বলছি না মোদির মতো, উনি টেলিপ্রিন্টারে দেখে বলেন, টেলিপ্রম্পটারে। সবাই ভাবে আসামি কথা বললেন, আমি সেটা বলছি না, আমি নিজের মতো করে বলছি। আপন লকর ইয়াতে আই মই বড় খুশি পাই আছে, মই অহমিয়া বুঝি পাই কম নারো। আমি নাগাল্যান্ডের ভাই বোনদের বলবো, আমি তাদের ভাষাও বুঝি। আপনার ইয়াতে আই কেনে মই বড় খুশি পাই আছে। আজকে কেন এসছি আপনাদের কাছে বলতে, যখন আপনাদের এখানে এনআরসি নিয়ে আন্দোলন চলছিল, কেন এই আন্দোলন চলছিল, 19 লক্ষ মানুষের নাম বাদ দেওয়া হয়েছিল, তার মধ্যে 17 লক্ষ বাঙালি হিন্দু মুসলমান ছিল, আসামিরাও ছিল, গৌহাটির লোকেরাও ছিল, পাহাড়ি লোকেরাও ছিল, পাঞ্জাবিরাও ছিল। সেদিন আপনারা আন্দোলন গড়ে তুলেছিলেন আর আমি আপনাদের পাশে ছিলাম। আমি কলকাতায় রোজ মিছিল করতাম, রোজ মিটিং করতাম, আমি জানি অত্যাচারের কাহিনী। অনেক আগুন জ্বলেছে, সারা দেশ জুড়ে তাণ্ডব করেছে বিজেপি, অত্যাচার করেছে দিল্লি থেকে শুরু করে। কত মানুষের রক্তে ভিজে গেছে দিল্লির রাজপথ, ইউপির রাজপথ, গুজরাটের রাজপথ, আসামের রাজপথ। আজও মণিপুরে কেঁদে যাচ্ছে আমার মা বোনেরা, আমার ট্রাইবেল ভাই বোনেরা, কোনো বিচার পায় না। কিন্তু সেই লড়াইয়ের জন্য তৈরি হতে হবে। আমি কথা দিয়ে যাচ্ছি, রাধেশ্যাম বাবুকে আপনারা জেতান, আরো 3টে প্রার্থীকে জেতান। আগামী আসামী বিধানসভা নির্বাচনে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস সব সিটের লড়াই করবে আর আপনাদের সাপোর্ট থাকলে আমরা জিতবো, এটা আমি বিশ্বাস করি। এনআরসি হবে না, তুলে দেবো। কে হবে না, তুলে দেবো। ইউনিফর্ম সিভিল কোড হবে না, তুলে দেবো। এবং মনে রাখবেন, আজও যারা ডি লিস্টে পড়ে আছেন, যাদের ভবিষ্যৎ জানেন না, তাদের ভবিষ্যৎ করে দেবো, এ কথা বড় গলায় বলে গেলাম।
There was Mamata Banerjee addressing the crowd in Silchar. That's all for this bulletin. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.